Hello everybody, welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm Tim, and I have heard literally nothing about this game. All that I know is that there's something wrong with it. I have no idea. Some type of sinister thing. I don't know. And I was greeted with this screen, so I figured, stop, I'm gonna start recording and just see what this game's all about. So this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh, good. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit this website. Okay. Oh, Lord, that was... By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. What the fuck? What's wrong with the game? It seems so pleasant. There's that warning again. It seems so pleasant. What's the... I don't understand. Alright, please enter your name. Timbo. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? Also, by the way, these look like USB USB thumb drives. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you weren't thinking about ignoring me. Like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Timbo. Why did I put Timbo? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. I really never thought I'd be playing a game like this, but I'm curious. I'm really curious. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Timbo, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs, especially not a Doki Doki Literature Club. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Jody likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Sounds like a good life you got there, Timbo. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. NEET. You trust me, right? Don't make me worry about you. Keep me worried about you. Alright. By the way, what the hell does NEET mean? Whatever. They'll probably tell me later. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit. At least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I am going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Man, I sound like a total ass. Like, she's my friend. I have no idea about anything about her. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. How many times do I have to tell you? Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Whoa! That kinda escalated. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. God, it's hard for me to speak right now. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Yeah, I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Timbo, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. God, I'm not going to remember all three of their voices. This club, even though it's not very different from my own voice, is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh my god, I need to be part of this club. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She was also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, you could just ignore her if she gets moody. Then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Timbo. Monica smiles sweetly and sticks her chest out. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little You too, Monica. Come on, sit down, Timbo. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Can I see them? I want to see them. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, I mean, you haven't tasted them yet, so she's good at decorating. Maybe not baking. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Don't be humble or nothing. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Hold on. It's delicious. Turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I usually go for the face, if it's like some type of animal-shaped something, food. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. So I already said, well, maybe. But not for you. No, you, dummy. What? Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yeah, that's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Mess that all up, whatever, it worked. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Hold on, that sounds incredibly suspicious. You go for the most boring thing you could think of to hide your little witchcraft. It's gotta be witchcraft. I mean, if I'm selling my soul for this cupcake, it's delicious. It does look like a cat, but I don't know if it's worth my soul. Also, are you a witch? Just gonna round about back to that witchcraft thing I was saying. Are you a witch? We'll find out. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone! Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Timbo, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mean, flat out, if you like anime, you probably read manga, so... Oh man, look at me, I'm so smart. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. No, I like the pretty pictures. It's the drawings. They don't have to be colored. I like to color them. I'm a mongoloid that doesn't know how to read. That's why they call me Timbo. Well, that can change. Oh, smooth. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking about after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Hold on, let me see if I can make that noise with... This beer, by the way. Delicious. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Like witchcraft? Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Witchcraft. She's a witch. You're all witches. I read a horror book once. Was it Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Because that was my shit when I was a kid. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. You're Timbo, I can talk good. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Wow, fucking throwing her under the bus, Monica, jeez. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Tsurugi sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. You already had your time to talk. We talked for like 5 minutes there. Just go. I'm talking Natsuki now, okay? Jesus. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Whoa, you guys are just blocking out Natsuki. She just disappeared because you blocked her out. That's rude. Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. And we're going to save that for next episode! We're going to find out what the plan is. This is very interesting, and I'm going to say this is not my first kind of game like this, at least as far as what it's doing right now. I have played Dream Daddy. If you guys want to see me play it, then I will definitely play that. It's a great game. Love it. Love the grumps, and their grunting work in for the audio. Love the music to it. Anyway, back to this game. Stay on this on subject. Yeah, I'm liking this game so far. It does seem normal. I'm not finding anything weird. We'll probably see something weird or do something weird in the next one. But yeah, if you guys like that, like this video so far, go ahead and give me a like down below. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I've got Tomb Raider going as well. By this point, the Five Nights at Freddy's has come out as well. So if you want to see more of any of those, just go ahead and put a comment below. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and just sort of mix it in with all the other playthroughs, and, we'll see where this story's going. I think it'd be a good playthrough. What do you guys think? So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Look forward to part 2. You guys have a good one. See ya.